Hello and welcome to our next episode of our travel podcast, Where to Next? As you know, Veena Words Where to Next. Usually we do it from the Veena Words studio, but today we are actually out of the country and it's our first ever podcast which we are recording in Switzerland. And we are so excited about it because we're not only in Switzerland, but we are actually in a place very few people know about in India, in Switzerland, and that is Laax. And joining me today is Claude Bravi, who is a member of the management of Laax, a director here. So, who better to talk to and learn more about Laax? Claude, thank you for having us here. I won't say welcome because actually you're welcoming me. And I'm
Yes,
so
exactly.
happy because the last 2 days we've had fantastic time in Laax, and tomorrow is still one more day remaining. And I hope to see so much, so much, so much more. So, thank you for having us here.
Cool. Thank you for coming to Laax, Veena's Word. And I think it's actually a very good opportunity to discover a new destination for the Indian market, but a good fit for the Indian market because I think we have all the product and services that you need to have in your market to have a fantastic vacation.
Fabulous. So, Claude, let's start from there. How would you introduce Laax to the Indian market? What is it that people should expect?
Well, Laax is actually, let's say, a region that is composed by three villages, Flims, Laax, and Falera. It's a valley. And this valley is along the Rhine, but also along the Glacier Express, the train ride that is very famous in India, and is not far away from Zurich and not far away from Milan. So it's actually a very convenient place to spend a few days in the summer and in the winter. We are quite, let's say, an outdoor-oriented vacation location. We have a lot of products that are actually also very good for families, for individual travelers, but also for sporty travelers, but also for people that want to enjoy the nature and want to have quiet time in the nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think we have a lot of things that are fitting to different kind of personas and different kind of segments.
I mean, that's perfect. It sounds like you have the right ingredients for a perfect holiday. Everything that you want in a holiday, you mentioned all of that. So I think Lux is a great place to come and discover all of that. You mentioned Flims and Falera too. So I'm going to pick on that because a lot of times, and even before I started researching on Lux before coming here and for the podcast, um, I thought I heard people use the terms interchangeably, and they would always say Flims, Laax, Laax, Flims, and Falera. So it's good to know that there are three villages. So tell me, if you stay in one, you could still go and see the other two. For example, we're in Laax, but you can easily go and visit Flims and Falera as well.
Yes, it's just a few minutes away with the public transportation or with a shuttle. If you stay in one of our hotel, you get anyway a free pass, so you can take the shuttles. For example, the Kawasee, the famous lake, the most Instagrammable lake in Switzerland, is in Flims, 3 minutes away from here with a bus. The Rhine Gorge is actually along the region. It's actually in Falera, Laax, and Flims. But you have Laax has a lake. Flims has two lakes. The mountains, you can actually join the mountains from Flims or from Falera. You can actually have even the treetop walk goes from Laax village, Muchech, to Laax old village. So it's actually one region that is easily accessible by public transportation, by car. You can actually park the car underneath, or you can even do it by foot or by bike, whatever.
You mentioned the most important attractions, I mean, I would say for natural beauty. Because most Indians, when they travel, they come to a place, and for them, Switzerland is all about nature and natural beauty. And when we come to Laax, you mentioned all the three places that we should go to. So, definitely, what we have to see is Commercy Lake, right? That is one. The second one is the Rhine Gorge, where the Rhine River flows, and you could call it the Grand Canyon
Yes,
of Laax in a way.
correct.
And the third place is Sardona, is that right?
Exactly.
And this is the UNESCO heritage for nature.
Yes.
And this is where you see the tectonic plates, the
Yes,
arena. So
exactly.
tell me more about Sardona.
Sardona is actually, the UNESCO geological site. You only have three in Switzerland.
Okay.
And this is the most majestic one. It's actually, okay, so hundreds of millions of years ago, you had two tectonic plates, the African and the European. They collide together, and one went over the other. And with a mix of, let's call it erosion phenomena, the oldest rock is not on the knees, it's on the top. So it created like these spikes, and it has one part of the tectonic has a hole in the rocks where on the winter solstice and the summer solstice, you see the sun through.
Wow.
So it's a kind of mystic experience that you can do twice a year. But this is actually a beautiful region because it has a huge plateau, and you have this Icelandic cascade falling from the the snow region that are on the highest peak of the mountain to the lowest point, and it's actually a beautiful region. So I think this is also something that you can actually easily access because you have a cable car going there.
I can't wait to see it, and I'm really excited to go there. I'm sure people would love to go there and see that too. But even before we go ahead and start speaking about Laax, I think we need to touch upon the DNA of Laax, because even when I came here, I felt a different vibe in Laax as compared to it. So, how does Laax stand apart from the rest of Switzerland? What is so special, and the whole freestyle that we talk about? What is this DNA of Laax?
Yes, so the DNA is actually something that we are actually very proud of it because it's actually very specific to the region. So the region has the DNA is freestyle, lifestyle, Greenstyle. Greenstyle is our sustainability layer. So we are actually working on creation of products. So every single things that we do is sustainable oriented. So for example, in the restaurant, food waste is very important. In the production of water for the snow farming, etc., we actually have our own lakes. We have our own retention infrastructure. The electricity that we use, for example, now for this interview, is actually partially solar produced or water produced. So we are trying to make sure that the nature that we have here is a last long good, and for that we need to take care of it.
Okay, so that's Greenstyle.
Lifestyle is because we are open to any kind of person that has a urban lifestyle. So I have to tell you why. We are very close to Zurich. Zurich is a very big financial economical hub in Switzerland. Where if you take all the region, more than almost 1 million inhabitants, which is nothing compared to India, but I mean, for us, it's quite important. And those people living there, they are coming to Laax very often, but they want a certain level of product quality. In the food is organic food. In the design of the product is having product that are, designed to fancy, to be nice but comfortable, but that have a certain spirit. So we are not the typical traditional wooden house location that you can see everywhere. We are very, very lifestyle oriented, but even the products that we have outside the restaurant. So for example, here the resort that it's called the Rocks Resort, we have all kind of restaurant, all kind of shops, facilities. The parking are easy to reach. Everything is digitalized. So this is a lifestyle that you don't want to lose too much time to do the bookings of this, and this. You know what I mean? So this is why we actually also.
And then you have the freestyle. The freestyle is something that you see happening all across Laax all the time. So what exactly is freestyle?
Freestyle is related to first one community that is used to be, still is, the snowboard community, because the snowboard community, the first community that we had in the 80s, they came from a very, let's say, musical, live, noisy approach. So they were actually, doing snowboard, but they were listening to loud music. They had very colorful clothes, a little bit punkish,
very young and hip and trendy,
which was collide completely with traditional ski industry. So this community, we have created an environment with bars, restaurants, shops, but also art activities, sport activities. For example, on the mountain, we have 5 snow parks for snowboarder with obstacles and the longest half pipe of the world. And this infrastructure is a part of the Freestyle community infrastructure. Vegetarian restaurant, organic food, stores that sell, clothes that are a little bit different from the traditional ski wear.
Yeah, so and I can feel that everywhere we go, there's a beautiful youthful energy in Laax, everywhere you see. And yesterday we went to the Riders Hotel for a dinner, and I was pleasantly surprised to have a completely vegetarian meal. The last thing you expect in Europe, though of course we can see more and more vegetarian food everywhere, but it was such a delicious vegetarian meal. And in Riders, even when we were leaving after the meal, people were at the bar. There were, a lot of youngsters out there discussing their day's activities, what they did on the slopes, and all of that. Claude, we are right now here in winter, in December, and I think that is the start of your ski season right now. But what are the things one can expect to do here in winter? Because Laax is known for its fabulous winter sports.
Yeah, so we have a huge ski resort, a huge snowboard infrastructure, but you can also do more easy things.
Gentle, yeah.
Yeah, gentle. So you can actually do snowshoeing, snow hiking. The beautiful thing that you can do is actually go to the Kamase and take the path that are covered with snow, very safe, by the way. You have also a little train, and then you go to the Kamase, you see this beautiful lake, you have a sip of a tea or a coffee, you go up again, you can have a sauna, you have wellness, you have everything, but you can actually also go and do the sporty stuff with skiing the whole day, snowboarding the whole day, or also do, other Nordic skiing activities. But I do, for example, my friends, when they come here, they do a little bit of both. So they will do sport, outdoor, food. The food is excellent. Culture. You are not far away from Kur. We have excellent museum in Flims. Flims is actually very well known also with Laax for its architecture, which is actually atypical for the mountains. So you see very less wood, and it's actually white bricks. So it makes it, so it's very special. You have a lot of architecture school that are coming here to see it. And also you have a lot of culture that is actually linked to the Romansh culture, because here in Laax, they speak Romansh, which is not German, not Italian, and not French. It's actually a kind of the 4th national language, but it's a small part. Community. 55,000, yeah.
Wow. And Kur, you mentioned, is not too far off, one of the oldest places in Switzerland, right?
Exactly.
So there is a lot of history here as well. It seems to tick off every box that you want on a holiday. And talking of winter sports and skiing, let me tell everybody that, it was really easy to be out on the slopes. We had a lot of fun. We had a beginners class. We are beginners, but it was so much fun doing it. And what's surprising is in Laax, you have Olympians as well, but you have people who are just learning as well. And everyone seems to have a slope that is made for them with different grades and different styles. So that is really, really special. We spoke about winter, but a lot of our people would also come in spring, autumn, and summer. And I really like, Claude, what you said to me, when we were discussing about this, that what can you do in summer? What is the best thing to do? And you said, just be there and enjoy and chill.
Yeah.
So let's talk of summer.
Yeah, chilling in the summer is amazing, because you have to imagine this is greenish everywhere, and there is this breeze of air that is coming from the mountain. Exactly. So it's actually very healthy, because 200 years ago the people were coming here to actually cure tuberculosis or whatever, So it's actually the air is very good. And you can actually, in the summer, you can do easy hike. You can actually take the cable car. There is a fantastic gastronomic hike that you can do. So the first course will be in a restaurant, the second will be in a third, and the third will be the second will be the second, and you go from restaurant to restaurant. and you taste the local food. You can actually do a little bit of bicycle. You can do also biking, downhilling, but you can also, go and take the train, the public transportation, and you see you have a lot of beautiful places. And for example, in Falera, if you go to Falera, there is this oldest architectural um, um, star system that was built long before the Romans came here, and you see the stone, like a little bit of Stone Age in England,
Right.
but in a local version. So there are a lot of things that you can do: food, sport, outdoor culture, but also, like we said, chill. So the best thing to do is to go at the Kamase, to take a little seat and to chill with a book.
Something that you don't get to do otherwise, right? You don't get to go and just be by yourself and do nothing. And I think doing nothing is an art, and we should definitely come to Laax to learn about how to do nothing. With so many fabulous things to do, and you mentioned we are near Kur. You also mentioned that you had the Romance speaking language here. How do you reach? How do you reach Laax? What's the best way to get here?
So you have two international airports, Zurich and Milan. Milan is in Italy. So what you can do from Zurich, it's the airport. They have a great station,
Yeah.
train station. You actually have the Swiss travel pass, and you come down to Laax. It's 1 hour and 40 minutes.
And I think the best part is that when you reach Kur, you travel by train, you just climb up and you have a bus waiting there, which brings you straight here, which was really easy.
Yeah, which is a national bus system,
Pulse
which is
bus, yeah.
super precise. So when they say 27, they leave at 27. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have every 15 minutes, you have a bus till 1 o'clock in the morning. So those buses are actually able to get you all your luggage. They have, special cases, and you can actually sit in the box. And in front, in Flims, Laax, or Falera, you have bus station. And in Flims, you even have 6 bus stations. So every hotel has its bus station.
Okay. Claude, here in Laax, we are at the Signina now. You have the Rocks Resort. Tell us a little bit about how these different hotels actually have different things for different people. So, based on the age group or things to do, different people would choose a hotel that would suit them, like an accommodation that suits them.
Yeah.
You also have apartments. So, what kind of accommodation options do we have in Laax?
Yeah, so actually we have 3 hotels here in the valley and 2 in the mountains. The hotel in the mountains are more kind of hostel. So it's for the very sporty people that want to
So you
bike
can
down.
stay right on top of the
Yes.
mountain where we went there,
Exactly,
right?
and then you
Wow,
ski at
and you get up
7:30.
in the morning and there's no one on the slopes.
Yeah, you're the
That's
first.
fabulous. Yeah.
Because for the very hardcore freestyler, to be first on the slope is where you get the best slope. But then here we have one hotel that is called the Riders Hotel. This is a youngster, very urban hotel with a huge bar, but a huge gym, and also this co-working place, a DJ, and the first vegetarian restaurant. So the community also use the art spaces that they are to show up things that they do. Riders is one segment. Then we have the Rocks Resort, that is the highest segment. It's very nice luxury apartments, but very well designed, that you can have with or without conciergerie, with spa, with breakfast. You decide. You have a fully functional kitchen in the apartment, so you can actually even cook. And I think for the Indian market, this is the best solution, because you can combine. You have 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and you can actually combine apartments. Then you have a huge floor for all the family that is coming, grandma, grandmother, uncle, etc. So this is great. And then the Signina is more kind of 4-star classical hotel with wellness and with also spa and also the services that are around. But what is great, if you are sleeping in one of the hotels, you will get a better price for the cable car, summer and winter, and you will get also a better price for the rental and the schooling.
Oh,
So from here, you can actually have a teacher that helps you to get the perfect biker in 2 days, or you want to hike with a guide, you can book it here. You need any gear, any equipment, you can actually easily do everything from here.
which is great, because I've been seeing since the last 2 days that you have the youth who's traveling, but also the families with little kids. And it seems like a great place for the families to come and to have apartments and to have the hotel options, have the option of staying in either place is really good for the families as well, and they can choose what they want to do. The other thing that I really like about Laax is how close everything is. Because when we took the bus and we came and we didn't really see the mountain, and I was like, okay, we're checking in. Now we'll have to probably walk quite a distance or take a car or take another bus and then go to the to the cable car. So I think when Laax was designed, was it intentional to keep everything so close by? And is it car free?
Yes, so you have to know that Laax, the original village, has no access directly to the mountain. So we had to recreate a kind of bus system that brings them here. And from here, we decided to create this rock resort, Laax area, ski in, ski out without any car. So you have a huge playground in the summer with bike park, pump track, but in the winter it becomes a slope. The slope ends there, and all around you have all these bars, these restaurants, but also convenience food, hairdresser, doctor, even a church. So this is the idea, is to make it so simple for people to come here and not to lose any time, precious time, to do things that are a pain. So you come here, you leave your car on the parking lot, or you arrive with the bus, you drop your luggage, then you can go right to the school rental, you take your gear, you go to the schools, and you go up in the mountain. It's super easy.
The holiday starts the moment you arrive, right? You don't
Yeah.
have to really do something. And I'm really enjoying that, because it's like before we start and we were going and we came down from the cable car and I saw the tower out there with all the activities for kids and everyone. So everything seems so nearby that you don't lose any time. You're right. You absolutely don't
Yeah.
lose any time, and you can enjoy and have all that time for your holiday. So that's really great. You spoke about food and you mentioned that it's organic, there's more vegetarian. But what are the type of cuisines that you can taste here in Laax?
Yeah, we have several restaurants. So we have in the region fantastic restaurant anyway. One is the Caminada restaurant, that is one of the best in the world. But here in Laax, on the resort itself, the rock resort, we have a kind of different kind of food concept. One being the Swiss traditional food concept
Yeah.
that you want to have with the fondue, the raclette, and the
Yeah.
regional cuisine, caprunz. But also you have Italian, you have French, you have an excellent French brasserie here. We have Pan-Asian. We have also, coffee shops. You can have a sandwich, a salad. You can also have burgers and fries. You can
All
have
options.
whatever you want, just it's quite difficult for a person coming from a market like India, or, to eat cheese every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So this
true.
is why we did it.
Okay, that's absolutely great. And Claude, Indians love shopping. Wherever we go, we like to pick up something that is really nice, is of good quality, and bring it back. So I saw you have a shop here with a lot of Laax merchandise.
Yeah.
So tell us about it. What should we pick up? What should we shop for when we come to Laax?
Yes, so we have a design line that is actually wear like this, but all sustainable, good quality. And then you have also baby wear, very
Oh, that
cute,
was
the
really
little,
cute. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And you have summer wear. We have also collaboration with Burton and Vans. So we have ski wear from Burton. We have other Drink Sexy is also sold in our store. We have kind of different kind of thing, but we decided to create also a merchandise line that is actually called the souvenir, which is not the typical Swiss, little wood stuff that you find
You can
everywhere.
buy it in the other
Yes.
places in
So there is
Switzerland.
no cuckoo coming out of a box, but we have a little, drink recipient. We have very nice notebooks. We have games that you can buy. We have Victorinox knives. We have a lot of little things. Also, the glasses that you got, very valuable stuff that you don't throw away the next
Yeah.
day. So this is also part of lifestyle Greenstyle.
So you can have a lot of fun shopping, you have some good food, you have amazing ski resorts, snowboarding and biking and hiking and walking. It's a year round destination. It's good for youth, it's good for families. There seems to be everything for everyone here. So, Claude, thank you so much for having us here. We are really enjoying our time. I'm sure a lot more people would want to come into Laax and also enjoy their time. Do you have any message for all our friends who are listening to the podcast?
Yes, I have. Once you decide to go to Laax, you will actually have amazing picture to show when you go back to India, and everybody will ask, "Where did you go? I want to go to this place." And you will say, you will be the first one to say, "I was in Laax before you." You know what I mean? And also, what I think is very important, it's very important to know that people are always going to the same place. Those places are at the maximum capacity of the touristic possibilities. So it's actually a good destination to combine with other destinations like Lucerne, like Interlaken, whatever. But Laax is where you will actually be relaxed and you don't see a lot of co-national being there. So it gives you the feeling that you're a pioneer.
True. Thank you so much, Claude. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to know more about Laax, and we look forward to tomorrow and exploring the remaining parts of Laax that we haven't seen as yet. And to everyone out there who's listening, this was Where to Next in Switzerland, in Laax. We are having a time of our life. I'm sure you would want to come to Laax and experience all for yourself as well. Keep listening and keep sharing Veena words. Where to next? See you then. Bye bye.